Sarah, my darling young one, I thought it was easier if I did this video, even though it won't be very professional, instead of just having a chat to you on the phone. I've read this, the custom social media strategy, and it's got some really interesting and good ideas in there, some which I could use even. But what I wanted to talk to you about is, and what I was thinking may be a good suggestion, thinking outside the box. You don't really seem to want to have your face appearing too much in that. Anyway, on the radio, coming down to see you and your mum and pick up the shit and go to the funeral, I was listening to the radio station before I got to Aberdeen, and they had the radio station broadcasting from Aberdeen Public School, the primary school, that day, and they were talking to the different teachers and the different kids. Now, what I was thinking you could do is, there's a brilliant teacher there doing some amazing things with the curriculum and things like that. Maybe you could come up this way and interview her. And what she was talking about is what she's doing. She's teaching Aboriginal dialect, and she's including that through the curriculum. The kids are using it in many different ways. She's actually teaching themselves, they're teaching them at that school self-sufficiency. They've got their own gardens that they look after. They've got their own chooks, which the kids love. They've also got a choir, and the choir does it by sign language. So they sing the songs using sign language, so they're learning the sign language, and they're actually doing it in the Aboriginal dialect as well, apparently. And some of the sport they're doing is they're having special days of sport where they're doing the original Australian people sports and things like that the Aboriginal kids would have been doing. So I was thinking you could come and do that interview with her, and you could put that on your Instagram, and it would be helping other teachers, but it would put the spotlight on interviewing her and not on you. You could also talk to them about the Highland Games they have there at Aberdeen, and how the kids are involved. And you could even to give a little bit of history about yourself. These would be separate videos, you'd cut them up into. And you could talk about Aberdeen, how your family come out here as convicts, and about Blairmore, a few things like that may tell people a little bit about your early days in Australia. You could also go over to Bulahdelah, where the First Fleet is, and just do a little video, and you could overdub it even, of somewhere where people can come and visit, and that they can even holiday there for free in their vans, etc. Other things you could do the scone races. You could do the Murrurundi King of the Mountain, and how Murrurundi has changed for survival, and it's now got all these art, craft, antique, etc, etc, and tell about the King of the Ranges, and you could find out how the kids are involved there, and you may be able to interview a teacher about that. There's heaps of little things that you could do that you could be they could use in their curriculum, for example. So you could do something on Nundle and the gold mine. You could go over there and go in. They've got where you pay and you go and pan for gold, and it's underground there. There's just heaps of things, but that's just an idea. And thanks for looking after us the other day, Ian, if you're watching this. But I was just trying to think outside the box and who your market is. Some of these signs could be used by council. As you know, I just got this as an example. I was doing a video today, so I thought I would show you this as well. I was just talking to people in Queensland online. I'm actually banned on Facebook for another 30 days. Actually, I'm banned in, I can't put stream videos for 60 days, can't advertise for 60 days, etc. They're always giving me hoops. I can't understand why. But I was talking to them in Queensland. They had the Australia buy local, shop local, buy Australian made when can, up in Queensland mostly. Everyone else was too lazy. And they gave out pamphlets and that, but people weren't really interested in the pamphlets. But the ones who had shirts found it was really successful for them. And what they were talking about was the signs. People had made signs and put them up at the side of the road, and they were standing there with the Australian flag. And I had sent this to them because I had told them they probably do. It's easier having signs than it is trying to get people to make them. So they're going to do another one in 3 months' time, and they're going to have some of these on people's fences, etc., etc. But the councils may be interested in some of your shirts, I believe, for because they have themes as well in the workplace, and so do other companies in the workplace. It's not just your area. Anyway, mate, I hope this makes a little bit of sense. And I do love you, Sarah Jane. So talk soon. Bye, mate.